So, what's Disney's Planes about?
It's so funny. You're the first person to ask that.
You're right. Such a great question. I really thought that through.
Okay, Planes comes to you from the world above cars, and Planes is about a crop dusting plane named Dusty who, lives within this limited wheelhouse of what he does every day, which is dust these crops, and he has dreams of being a racer and racing around the world. And so thematically, it's a very human, relatable story, which is, can we bust out of the limitations that we either impose on ourselves or other people impose on us? Can we reach beyond our fears that might keep us paralyzed in place to reach something that we really feel is going to bring us our truest happiness and reach our truest passion? And that's the journey that Dusty takes you on. And I play Dottie, who is his friend and loyal mechanic, and a little purple forklift truck. And she, represents what I think is important in a very good friend, which is somebody who can be a realist with you. Initially, she's pretty worried about his lack, potentially, of capability to do what it is he wants to set out to do. But ultimately, when she sees how much passion he has to go after this dream, she's very supportive, and she tries to make him be the best that he can be.
So, are you as handy in the garage as Dottie is?
Unfortunately not, but wasn't necessary to play the role.
Okay. And what do you think is the importance of showcasing such a strong character as Dottie from a female empowerment point of view?
Well, I think we have a really lovely opportunity here where, little girls that come see this movie are going to subtly, get the message that a woman can be a mechanic, can make something run and make something work, and she can be compassionate and empathetic all at the same time.
And how do you like voice acting compared to live action acting?
I love opportunities to do different things all the time. I'm always curious about being in a different kind of situation, and being in a booth by yourself, you eliminate the ability to work off the reaction and sort of toss the ball back and forth with somebody right there, but it opens up the possibility to sort of literally technically play with the range of your voice or the musicality in your voice, and try different intentions on each line, and they don't really have to be attached to anything. And then you get to offer the director and the editors lots of choices, and so they get to have an ability to end up telling the story they want to tell.
Your daughter participated in the movie. Tell us a little bit about that.
She did. I always love the opportunity to get, bring your daughter to work day, and while I don't think has interest necessarily in this business, is always curious about how things get made. And so Clay had her do a little recording session, and I was really proud of her. She behaved super professionally, and he would ask her to try it this way, try it that way, and one of her lines made it in the movie. So it's kind of a treat.
And was there any part of the film that made you really laugh? Because the film's funny.
I think I had two favorite moments. I loved the moment when the Spanish plane slows down and he's doing the serenade of the French plane, and all the little musical instruments come around, and it was just so sweet. I thought, I want a guy to do that for me. And then my other favorite, probably my favorite moment, well, no, I have two others. One is when Dusty shows up in Nepal and you're not quite sure what just happened, and he says, is this where I'm supposed to be? And the monk, says, isn't that life's question? And I thought, oh my God, that is absolutely life's question. We're always wondering if we're supposed to be doing what it is we're doing. So I loved that, but I also thought visually, Planes uses 3D so well in this movie, and one of my favorite moments of that was when Dusty and his friend are soaring down over the river in India, and they disturb what is to be a flock of birds that fly up off the river, but they really turn out to be little white glider airplanes, and they just lift off in unison, and it's just gorgeous and magical.
So what does it mean for you to be in a Disney movie, a Disney animated movie?
Well, I think when they call, you say yes. You don't wait to hear if you're a plane or a forklift. You just say yes. I don't know if it's because I'm a mom or not, but it feels like a bucket list moment, like you got to be an animated voice in a Disney film and that you'll be part of a family piece of entertainment for decades to come and maybe even watch it with a grandchild someday.
And what was it like to work with Clay Hall, the director?
Oh, he's so great. He's like a little kid himself in that he just had so much passion about telling this story about planes themselves and the world of them. And that was very, legitimate and researched to him. He wanted to tell that story so honestly. And I think animation, people forget there's such a great amount of effort for such a long time before you see a product be finished. And so it's just such a great example of people being committed and passionate for a long time to see the thing that they love finally turn into something.